Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. There come caresses they can't even fathom. I'm not sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door, as innocent as children, longing for the past. They sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick that I've brushed them away from their faces. People will come. one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers, been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Braves coming. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick! All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our band here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red ailerons bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Brooklyn, 1846. In our sundown perambulations of late, through the outer parts of Brooklyn, we have observed several parties of youngsters playing base, a certain game of ball. Let us go forth a while and get better air in our lungs. Let us leave our close rooms. The game of ball is glorious.
It is played everywhere. In parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small boys and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed. The only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the season, the fond expectancy of springtime and ending with the hard facts of autumn.
Because we've been playing it fundamentally the same way for so long, the way that we can find the benchmarks that cross generations and cross decades is to be able to use these statistics as if they were labels. They aren't numbers. 300 hitter is not a number. The 300 hitter is a tag that means something today, as it did in 1930, as it did in 1890. I can make that comparison with my father, who could have made it with his father, that common language.
It's our game, America's game.
We'd spit tobacco juice on a spike wound, rub dirt in it, and get out there and play.
Baseball's a gentleman's sport. Sportsmanship spoke from the heart of America.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Somebody sat down and said, hey, it ought to be 90 feet. If it were 88 feet, the game would be very different. Think of the double plays. If it were 94 feet, batting averages would drop remarkably. 90 feet, that was a pick from heaven.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Baseball serves the same purpose as a revolution in Central America or a thunderstorm on a hot day. A tonic, an exercise. So long as it remains our national game, America will abide no monarchy, and anarchy will be too slow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flash in the sky was visible within a radius of several hundred miles, and the noise of the impact was heard as far north as Chicago, Illinois. We have dispatched a special mobile unit to the scene, and we'll have our commentator give you a word picture of the scene as soon as he can reach there.
Reports observing several explosions occurring at regular intervals and moving toward the Earth with enormous velocity, like a jet of blue flame shot from a gun.
Crosley Service estimated that 32 million people were listening in on radios.
Quietly, and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
the BCR, your home for the classic call, Radio Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another ball game. Yes, sir. Why, we'll send you the play-by-play. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Braves country.
Welcome in, y'all. We are going to play something for you real quick. We hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a part of the Memorial Day weekend before all the games this weekend. And without further ado, happy Memorial Day.
the Potomac River, and on the far shore, the sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David. They add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading, My Pledge, he had written these words: America must win this war. Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land, we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. It is time for us to realize that we're too great a nation to limit ourselves to small dreams. We're not doomed to an inevitable decline. I do not believe in a fate that will fall on us no matter what we do. I do believe in a fate that will fall on us if we do nothing. Let us renew our determination, our courage, and our strength, and let us renew our faith and our hope. We have every right to dream heroic dreams. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. You can see heroes every day. How can we love our country and not love our countrymen? Reach out a hand when they fall, heal them when they're sick, and provide opportunity to make them self-sufficient so they will be equal in fact and not just in theory.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Radio Baseball. You're listening live. We're set for pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Radio Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the Diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of Radio Baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. Get your game face on. We'll go over the lineups as the game moves along. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. find you an armchair. Major League Baseball, right here on the BCR Radio Baseball, your modern-day superstation, bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of Major League Baseball and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the country club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the country club. You help support the BCR.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope y'all are ready for a doubleheader here on the BCR. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Hope y'all enjoyed that video we put together. We're going to be playing that before all the Braves games this weekend as well. It'll typically be playing, I guess it'll come in right before the national anthem, right after the national anthem. I'm not sure how they have that lined up. But anyways, want to make sure that we thank all the veterans and all the men and women who have served or are serving here and overseas, and of course the ones that paid the ultimate price. That's what Memorial Day is all about. Who do we got in here today? We got Big Truck, keep on rolling. Proud Mary, keep on rolling. Big Truck. Sleeping Toenails. Uncle Charlie. James Ray. Richard Talley. Chop Shop. Scotch. Royal Peter, good to see you. We have up in here. I didn't realize it scrolled up that far. I think I got everybody. I'm double checking. Oh, here's KC Thinker. Good to see you, sir. I guess I really don't know. It's a lady or a mister. Cubs and Astros about to do battle. This is a part of our Wrigley series, so folks who aren't familiar with it, when the Cubs are at home on Friday afternoons, we're going to bring them to you come hell or high water. My man Nathaniel Brooks, good to see you. Casey says I'm a dude. Well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man. Cubs need a really big win here today. They're coming off getting so funny 37. Good to see you. Cubs got swept at home by the Brewers. I think I've told y'all, I've been following this one lady on TikTok that's a big Cubs fan, right? And man, I mean, she makes you want to just pull for the top team because she takes it so seriously, and she has been heartbroken. So I hope, for her sake and all the other Cubs fans, I believe Nathaniel Brooks is a Cubs fan as well. I hope y'all get off the schneid today. I typically don't realistically pull for anybody in these out-of-town games, but I think the Astros season's about cooked anyways. They're 20-31, 8-17 on the road. The Cubs are 29-21. They're still only a game and a half out of first, by the way. When she was going on her rant, I was like, well, how bad is it? Because I knew they'd gotten swept and been keeping up with the scores. And then I looked, I was like, man, you're a game and a half. You're not, this isn't doom and gloom yet. But I get it. When it's the Brewers, it's kind of like a few years ago. If we would have been rolling and having a good season, and then the Phillies would have came in and swept us, we'd be to the old, here we go again. Getting set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Cubs and Astros. An old-school National League Central battle. For those of y'all who grew up in better times. But it's an interesting pitching matchup because James Taillon, he's been up and down all year long. He's going up against Spencer Arrighetti, and if you're not familiar with Arrighetti spaghetti, the guy can sling it. He is a strikeout pitcher. And so Cubs bats are going to have to wake up in this series. They're going to need, they would love to respond a sweep with a sweep, but they need to win this series at home. No, it's not Righetti, Sleepy. It's Arrighetti. Dave Righetti. Very close to, if you put an A and an R in front of Righetti's name, that's today's starting pitcher. What we're doing now is waiting for the pregame ceremonies to conclude. Not 100% sure what the issue is as far as why they're taking so long to. They're meeting at home plate to exchange cards, but I don't know if they're doing something in between that is slowing down. We should be about 2 minutes away from first pitch. And once again, this could just have something to do with the fact that it's an Apple cast today. And you never know what the hell they're going to do. So here we go. Mac, who should be pitching for Atlanta? It should be Bryce Elder. PETA. Unless you've seen something that I haven't seen as far as him getting pulled or something. It should be Elder. He is on the docket for tonight. I did notice MLB had to be determined, but I usually go off of I'm telling y'all, the ESPN one is normally a little more updated. I don't know how in the world MLB, it's their league, how they are behind ESPN, but ESPN usually has it. And they also, if you're wanting to know what, let's say if you're going to a game and you're wanting to know what the pitching is for a game 4 or 5 days, 6 days down the road, I would always go to the ESPN because they tend to have it marked out pretty well, and if it gets changed, they're usually pretty good at changing it. Yeah, I saw the same thing, Pete, because when I saw it, I was like, what the hell? What happened? I'm freaking out because I'm like, man, Elder's been so good. We don't need to lose him. What is going on here? And then I go over to the ESPN. I was like, okay, it's nothing. Hey, good news. Jose Avicar went unclaimed after being DFA'd, and the Braves outright him to AAA. He elected free agency, but he could return to a minor league deal. So we'll see what happens with that. At least he didn't get claimed. I'm not feeling great about I figured somebody's going to give him a chance. And he played so well for the Braves. Houston Astros are in their road oranges, orange tops, and gray pants. Chicago Cubs are in their City Connects, light blue top and white pants, and we're just about set. We'll go ahead and set this in with it being Apple. I'll never know what's going on as far as lining up. Yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country, and the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed up top. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Jamison Tyon digging in. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. He said that he held up. What you can expect from Jamison Tyon here today is the 1-2 pitch. Outside wide 2-2. He's got a four-seamer that he throws 27% of the time, a cutter 22% of the time, changeup 15, sweeper 14, curve 11. The 2-2 down and away, full count. Full count. Rocks and fires. Swing, rips it into left field, and that's down for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for the Astros. Good hard hit ball. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch on the way to Isaac Paredes is up and in. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Kicks and fires right there. 1-1. One count. Misses upstairs. 2-1. Trying to get the screen situated. We'll get it going here in full here in a second. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing. He did not go around. Looked like the slider. 2-2. Swing. Gets it high and deep, going back on the track at the wall at the Ivy. PCA will make the catch, and it's allowed out number one. Runner will retreat back to first. Pena gave that ball a ride. The wind is blowing in, they say 15 miles an hour. That might have stopped that ball from leaving the building. It's 55 degrees, they're claiming. Doesn't look like too many of the fans are in. I'll tell you what, the wind is definitely whipping in. They just showed it. So we'll have to assume the 55 degrees is accurate. First pitch on the way, showing bunt, is Yordan Alvarez. It's 0-1. Alvarez standing in with 15 home runs on the year. The 0-1 from Tyon. Right there at the knees. Did not get the call. They're not going to challenge it. The 1-1. Kicks and fires. Outside wide. Two-1 count. Nothing your score. Just getting going here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-1 pitch. Right there at the knees. Good four-seamer, 2-2. The 2-2 from Tyon. Runner at first. Pitch, swing, fouls it back. Out of play. Tyon kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, and there's 2 down. Big strikeout there by Tyon as we try to line this up now. When we first came on, we were miles behind. Now we're miles ahead. Nothing, your score. 1 on, 2 out. Wind is howling in now. They're saying 15. That's got to be 20 plus. First pitch on the way, down and away. Christian Walker, the number 4 hitter. It's 1-0. After Walker, it'll be Myers in center. Shoemake, remember Brandon Shoemake from the Braves? He is playing second base today for Houston. Cam Smith in right for you Florida State fans. Zach Cole in left, and Christian Vasquez behind the plate. The 1-0 swing and a miss. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss up top. Fastball. Got him to chase 1 and 2. One-two count. Tyon comes set, turns and deals. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that'll end the inning. So the Cubs put him down after getting the leadoff runner on. We'll be back in a flash. Nico Horner leads us off when we return.
There's a special place in hell for the person who decided to reduce the output speed at gas pumps and install advertisements there, particularly where winter happens. Go f*** yourself.
Wait, listen, just listen. I have to have at least $36 to get refills, drinks.
How many hours you need to work to make that?
Wait, I know what to do.
Don't forget, bring extra funds just in case she wants something special. Maybe she'll want to play a game when she gets there. Might want an animal or something.
Oh my god, how much are games? Okay. So I did the math here. I have 5 days, and I have to work 3 hours each day to get $7. 3 times 7 is 21. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Just realized something. I told her that we could go to the calf cream after the movie.
How are you gonna pay for ice cream?
You're so dumb.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. Future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols pitched in a game for the first time in his career. His pitching debut came in his 2,988th career game, which breaks the old record by over 500 games. Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina are one of the most iconic pitcher-catcher duos in history. Together, they broke the record for most wins by a battery in MLB history with 203 wins together.
Over 400 feet away. I knew Bench was strong, but I didn't know he was that strong.
The first time I remember seeing Johnny Bench, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, recognized as the next Roy Campanella, Yogi Berra, maybe better than.
After his call-up in late '67, Bench was the preseason favorite to be named Rookie of the Year in '68. But he wouldn't just win the award. He was so good that he began redefining what a catcher could be.
Golden Glove play behind the plate with the opportunity to hit 40 home runs. Not many catchers none of them could do what he did.
Welcome back. Nothing, your score. Right into the bottom of the first inning. I think I got the screen straightened up now. First pitch on the way. Right there for a strike from Arrighetti. It's 0-1. Arrighetti, what you'll get from him today. He throws a 6-pitch mix with good velocity and good bend. Comes in with an ERA of 1.5. The right-hander comes set. Long set. And pitch. Down and away. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Horner leading off. Bush and then Bregman. Batting fourth is Happ. Seiya Suzuki is batting fifth. Conforto is sixth. Kelly 7th. PCA 8th. And Dansby Swanson 9th. A 1-1. Swing and a miss on the inner track. It's 1-2. Arrighetti throws a curveball 31% of the time. A four-seamer 29% of the time. Sweeper 14. Sinker 10. Changeup 9. And a cutter 7%. So a true kitchen sinker. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Filthy bend. One away. Difference between Spencer Arrighetti, these guys like to call kitchen sinkers, and other kitchen sinkers. Usually guys who throw the kitchen sink at you are not strikeout pitchers. They're usually guys that are just trying to keep you off balance and rely on weak contact. He is a strikeout pitcher. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Michael Bush is swung on and fouled down the line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and kicks. Swing, laces it up the middle. It's going to be an L6 in your scorecard. 2 down. Two down, 2 up here in the bottom of the first inning. Arrighetti back to work. The first pitch, righty, right there at the knees. 0-1. The 0-1. Bregman batting .249 on the year, 4 home runs. Kicks and fires. Bender in the dirt. 1-1. On deck is Ian Happ. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing looked like he went around. He did. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, lifts it into center field, and it's down for a base hit. And it's a 2-out single for the Chicago Cubs. Good piece of hitting there by Bregman. Kind of floated a curve there, and it didn't curve. And he was able to get it over the head of the infield. Righty-lefty matchup as Ian Happ comes to the plate. First pitch swinging. Just a touch behind the fastball. It's 0-1. Arrighetti, that fastball there, 93 miles an hour. He'll top out, load mid-90s, 94. Sometimes you'll see him get to 95. But what really gets the strikeouts He's got so many different pitches he has command of, and that nasty break on the curve. The 0-1 pitch, runner goes. Throw is going to be held as the runner darts back to first. Bregman trying to deke him. The 1-1 count. Swing, slices it down the left field line. Is that going to be a fair ball? It bounces into the corner, and it is a fair ball. And the Cubs will have Bregman at third and Happ at second. It's a 2-out double for the Chicago Cubs. So a good piece of hitting, just hit the chalk there on the outfield line, down to near the corner and left. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch on the way is out and away to Seiya Suzuki. It's 1-0. Runners at second and third. A single would score two. The 1-0. Suzuki takes it up top 1-1. One count. Swing, slaps it over to third, and that should end the inning. 5-3 put out, and that will end the inning. Cubs get a couple on, but can't get them across. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Radio Network.
So I found out last night that my husband's been cheating on me. Yeah. So we go to this party. I did not want to go, but he was really adamant on going. Now I know why. I'm at the bar getting a drink, and I get approached by this girl. We'll name her Rachel for privacy reasons.
Don't privacy her. Expose her like old man balls in male locker room.
And she starts raving about this guy she just started seeing. And then she says he's actually here tonight. And I'm like, I want to meet him. So she points behind me. And I'm like, because the only one standing behind me is my husband.
What an Indian TV drama way of finding out.
He's married to me. Rachel puts her hand on my shoulder and says, I know. And as that's happening, my husband comes up behind me, puts his hand on my other shoulder and goes, we've been meaning to talk. So I say, you know what? Don't talk to me. I'm leaving. And then I woke up and I wanted to confront my husband about it, but it was 2 a.m. and he was sleeping.
As the Yankees assembled for training camp in March 1961, they were greeted by a new manager for the first time since 1949, as Ralph Houck had replaced the legendary Casey Stengel.
That spring, there was a lot of writers came to me and said, what did I learn from Casey? And I said, well, nothing, like how to manage my own way.
But Houck was very different than most expected, as the former war hero did not have a military approach in mind on the diamond.
As a World War II Ranger and winner of the Bronze Star, the Silver Star, and the Purple Heart, people think of you as a pretty tough guy. Are you going to be a tough manager?
I think, Tom, that I'm going to be a ball player's manager.
Houck had played with or coached most of the 61 Yankees and was well acquainted with their roster. His first change involved Whitey Ford, a Yankee since 1950. Ford had been long considered the game's top clutch pitcher.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Radio. 0-0 your score. We've got the Chicago Cubs and Houston Astros doing battle here on our doubleheader. First pitch swinging to start the inning by Myers. A swung on. That ball's roasted into left field. A worm burner, and it's a leadoff single for the Houston Astros. Hard hit ball. Bregman just couldn't get to it, even with his elite glove. First pitch is a strike there. At the knees, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Takes and fires. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky into left field. The wind will push that way in. Making the catch out there in left is Ian Happ. One away. Left to right across the outfield for the Chicago Cubs today. It's Happ, PCA, and Suzuki. Around the horn, third to first. Bregman, Dansby Swanson, Nico Horner, and Bush. Kelly is behind the plate today, and Jamison Taillon is on the hill. 0-0 your score. Top of the second inning. Taillon flips it over to first. Myers back in time. Pitch on the way. Out and away. Here comes the throw down to first. Trying to catch the runner leaning off through the back door. Back in time. 1-0. We had a question the other day, and just to clarify, no, that does not count as a disengagement, as they call it, or a move to first. It has to be from the pitcher. The 1-0. Upstairs, misses high, 2-0. And you've seen that more in the last few years since they started with the counting of the two moves to first, because it really gives the pitcher an extra way to keep the runner close without exhausting one of their moves. The 2-0 outside wide, 3-0. .3-0 count. Cam Smith. Pitch on the way, just outside, grabbed the edge, 3-1. Cam Smith. Pretty big prospect when he came out of the draft. The right fielder. 23-year-old as the throw goes back to first. Cam Smith is 6'3", 224-pounder, 23-year-old. At a Lake Worth, Florida, played his college ball at Florida State, drafted by the Cubs in 2024, the 14th overall pick in the first round. The 3-1 pitch, swing, pops it up, out and away, 3-2. He's batting .206 on the year, 4 home runs, 17 RBI, .618 OPS. This is just his second season in the bigs. Last year, played in 134 games, got a little over 400 at-bats in. And with that, got 9 home runs and 51 RBIs. Still think he's a pretty raw product, but the next couple of years, he'll probably be a name we'll be more familiar with. 3-2 pitch, runner goes. Ball is hit high and deep into right center field, drifting back, making the catch is PCA. Throw coming back into the infield, and there's 2 away. PCA, he's really is dumbfounded because he's made some of the best catches I have ever seen in Major League Baseball in the last few years. But he has also made some just dumbfounding plays. As the first pitch is high and out of the zone, it's 1-0. Zach Cole, the batter. He had one this past week against Milwaukee. The ball rolled under his glove and went all the way to the wall. It's the 1-0. Misses, 2-0. Zach Cole, another young prospect from the Houston Astros minor league system. They really were doing a complete reset. He was drafted in the 10th round in 2022 out of Ball State. The 2-0. Misses high, 3-0. He's got a lot of filling out to do. He sits in at 6'2", just 190. The 3-0 pitch. Right down the pipe, 3-1. But he is 25 years old, so may not be a lot of growing left. I think they'd get him on into the weight room quick fast. He played 47 at bats last year with Houston as the 3-1, fouls it back. It's a full count. Full count. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So good job by Tyon getting out of that. We go to the bottom of the second. Cubbies will grab the bats when we return.
Good morning, everyone. God has let me live another day, and I am about to make it everyone's problem.
There are two types of people in this world. There's people that want to get drunk with me, and then there's people that have got drunk with me that never want to do it again. It's all fun and games till we're under an upside-down four-wheeler. And then it's, why did you do that? What the is wrong with you?
Here are some facts and stats so crazy you'll think I'm lying. Hoyt Wilhelm hit a home run in his first career at bat, and then never hit another home run for the rest of his career. The first Tommy John surgery recipient inducted in the Hall of Fame was not a pitcher. It was Paul Molitor, who had Tommy John surgery in 1984. With a minimum of 20 decisions, the opposing pitcher with the best lifetime win-loss record against the New York Yankees is none other than Babe Ruth. In 3,364 at bats, Mark Lemke was never hit by a pitch. Mariano Rivera, otherwise known as Mo, wore the number 42. If you look up the atomic number 42 in the periodic table, it is also Mo. The 1981 Reds had the best record in baseball, but didn't make the playoffs. Art Shamsky is the only player in Major League history to hit 3 home runs in a game in which he was not in the starting lineup.
I don't want to learn any more life lessons. My character is developed. Go away.
Question is, if there's one game you want to win, who do you want pitching it? And the answer consistently was Whitey Ford.
Many felt that Stengel had cost the Yankees the 1960 World Series by not starting Ford in the opening game against Pittsburgh. So while Ford shut out the Bucks twice, he wasn't available to pitch the 7th and deciding game.
That 7th game, which we lost 10-9, I said, that's the game I should be pitching. I was so mad.
Learning the lesson from the Pirate loss, Houck was determined to get the most out of Ford. During the previous regular seasons, Stengel had often held Ford back to pitch against the league's toughest lineups. The new manager had other ideas.
Welcome back. Spencer Arrighetti, Spaghetti Arrighetti, is back on the bump. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Brings it. Right there for a strike, 1-1. 1-1 count. Over-under today was 7.5, and the reason being is because of that wind whipping in. 0-0 your score, bottom of the second. The 1-1. Swing, chopper down the line. 1-2. The 1-2. Kicks and fires. Off the edge, 2-2. Just misses spot. The 2-2 count. Arrighetti comes set and brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. It's the second strikeout of the day for Arrighetti. Righty. Carson Kelly, the batter, first pitch swinging. Pumps a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Turns and delivers. Swing, fouls it straight back. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Cubs nothing, Astros nothing. Bottom of the second inning. Kelly's going to take his timeout. The 0-2 pitch. Turns and fires. Just below the zone. Good take, 1-2. The 1-2 from Arrighetti. Slow worker, this guy. The pitch on the way. Lifts his legs. Swing. Hammers it down the line, foul, and we'll do it again. Seems like a guy that if they didn't have the pitch clock, he would be... He'd be getting one of those nicknames they used to give some of these pitchers that would drag it out, like the human rain delay. The 1-2 pitch. Kicks and fires, swing, fouls it away. The 1-2 from Arrighetti. Brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. 3 strikeouts now for Arrighetti. He'll go to work versus Pete Crow Armstrong. Dansby Swanson stands on deck. First pitch to Armstrong is a fastball right down Main Street. It's 0-1. Arrighetti sitting at 28 pitches. The 0-1 turns and fires. High and out of the zone, 1-1. 1-1 count. Setting up high, and the pitch will miss inside. Ball 2, 2-1. Cubs nothing, Astros nothing. Bottom of the second inning. Both teams with 2 hits and no errors, along with the no runs. The 2-1 pitch from Spencer. Phew, that looked like that hit the top of the zone, did not get the call. 3-1. So there's been a couple of close misses. Vasquez evidently doesn't challenge early in the game. 3-1 count. Swing, rifles it to the backstop. Might have got a piece of Vasquez's cap as it went to the back. So it's a full count to PCA. Standing on deck is Dansby Swanson. Dansby batting 9th, so the top of the order due up after that. But there are 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning. Spencer turns and fires. Way outside, wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And Dansby Swanson will come to the plate. First pitch to Swanson is a bender, just smacks the outer side of the zone. It's 0-1. Dansby batting 191 on the year, 7 home runs, 27 RBI, a 653 OPS. The 0-1. Turns and flips it over there real quick. Keeps a runner close by. PCA with 12 steals on the year. Ranked 4th in the National League behind Marcy at 13, who we saw last night. Cruz at 16. And Nunez of the Nationals, who we will see tonight, has 21. The 0-1 pitch. They're going to fire it over to first. That ball's going to get away. PCA is on his horse, and he is going to go all the way to third base. Good hustle by PCA. He's 90 feet away from taking the lead. Good piece of base running there by Pete Crow Armstrong as the ball got away. And with his speed, that's all it took was a blink of an eye. The 0-1 count. Drops a curveball in there on the outer edge. It's 0-2. Cubs nothing, Astros nothing, bottom 2. Game 1 of the series. The 0-2 pitch. He must have gotten a piece of it. It looked like he swung and missed, but he must have gotten a piece of it. Stay alive. The 0-2 to Dansby. Turns and fires, swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Can of corn coming in, making the catch is Christian Walker, and that will end the inning. Cubs nothing, Astros nothing. We will go to the top of the third here in Chicago.
Mother thinking I can't live without them. Is your name Oxygen?
I've never seen a bartender efficiently run a bar remote.
It's like they're reading a remote in a different language.
Yeah.
And they can never just hold the remote in front of them.
You love France. You what? I love France. It's on. I hate France. I didn't know that one. France? How in the name of God can anyone hate France? They got beautiful women and they got wine and 400 different kinds of cheese. Yeah, so is Fort Worth.
Said that he has been demoted to the second most country Panthers player. How does it feel to take over the #1 spot right there?
Oh, man, I really and truly, man, I don't even think I'm country, man. That's what a lot of folks like to say. I think I'll speak regular.
You think I'm a good dancer? Okay. What? You said I break it down.
And I said you're having a breakdown.
Well, what happened with Ralph, it was funny. He said to me, could you pitch every 4th day? And I says, you're damn right I can.
Houck knew that the other key for the team was Mantle. His approach to his top slugger was more psychological.
When we come out of spring training, Ralph had told me, whatever you do is what we're going to do this year. Now, I was really up, like a high school football player, you can get up. And he started making me feel like that I really was the best there was.
Many thought Mantle already was the best. A Yankee since 1951 and the driving force behind their latest dynasty.
He threw better than anybody ever threw in baseball. He hit baseballs further than anybody had ever hit in baseball.
He hit these long, majestic, towering fly balls. Seemed like miles and miles away.
Mantle hits a high fly ball. It's deep left center field. It's way out there. It's way out there, and it is in there. I mean it's in there. Welcome back to Wrigley Field on a Friday afternoon. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch from Tyon to Vasquez. Right down the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. It's 0-2. An 0-2 count. Cubs nothing. Astros nothing. Swing, fouls that one away, and we'll do it again 0-2. The 0-2 from Tyon. Turns and fires high and out of the zone. Nowhere near the zone. 1-2. That wind continues to just whistle in from center field. Here in about a month, it'll be going the exact opposite direction. It'll be warm out as the 1-2 pitch. Swing hits it high and deep. He's going to get enough of that to get it out. It is a home run by the Houston Astros. I thought for sure the wind was going to knock that one down, but he had enough to get it out, and it is a solo shot. .371 feet over the left field wall, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Astros. Righty-righty matchup. Jeremy Pena, top of the order, takes the 1-0 on the outer edge, and Pena wanted to challenge it, and they're not going to let him challenge it. It was a terrible call by home plate umpire Chad Fairchild. We'll say 2 to 3 inches off the plate. And he's not letting him challenge it because he's saying he took too long. Typically with the umpires, if you wait, is the 1-1. Fouls it back, it's 1-2. He took the pitch, then he stepped out, and then he looked at the umpire. You have to do it almost immediately. One-two count. Tyon turns and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. 4th strikeout of the night or the afternoon for Tyon. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch is a bender well off the plate to Paredes. Isaac Paredes, the number 2 hitter. It's 0-1. The 0-1 turns and kicks. Upstairs for a strike. It's 1-1. Reloading on another page. Oh, it looks like it's back to working again. The 1-1. This is outside 2-1. It's a 2-1 count. Right there on the outer edge. Making a living out there today, 2-2. Astros 1, Cubs nothing. Top of the 3rd inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 5 on the day. Oh, excuse me. They said he got a piece of it to stay alive. So it's a 2-2 count. It's blowing in and it's cool there today. 55 degrees. When the summer months come, June and July, you expect it to be blowing out, and usually a lot of day games is the 2-2. chops it over to third. Bregman's got it, flips it to first, 2 down. Usually on the day games, you get a lot of high-scoring ball games in the summer. That's why I was surprised that home run by Vasquez made it out, because it didn't look like it was hit terribly hard. The wind is really bellowing in from dead center field. Now, he hit that from left, and there is a little bit of a blockade there from the sign as the first pitch swinging by Yordan Alvarez. He did not get enough, and that'll end the inning. Cubs trail 1-0. The Astros with the solo shot. Christian Vasquez, the number 9 hitter. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR.
In February of 1982, the New York Mets pulled off a trade to the Cincinnati Reds for George Foster. George Foster, who not all that long ago hit 52 home runs in a season, former MVP, the first really big acquisition for the Mets. And then they announced that they're signing him to a $2 million per year contract, the biggest contract in team history. And they hold a press conference. And during this press conference, George Foster warns the planes taking off from the local airports that they better watch out because the baseballs he hits are going to be really high. Well, that first year in 1982, the Mets suck, and George Foster hits 13 home runs and has 70 RBIs. And making matters worse, he doesn't sign autographs for fans, and they just start hating him. As the team gets better and better, they add Hernandez, they add Carter, Gooden's emergence, Ron Darling's emergence, etc. The Mets get in a fight in 1986, and George Foster's the one guy who doesn't join in. He stays on the bench, and that does not play well with the team at all. Then in 86, he accuses the team of racism because they give Davey Johnson, the manager, gives more time to Kevin Mitchell, who is also black. During the 86 World Series season, they dumped George Foster. He was just an absolute disaster, horrible with the fans, horrible in the clubhouse, etc., etc.
I mean, you can close your eyes and watch him speed over the outfield and make catches over his head. Mickey was just somebody who was amazing. He was amazing every day.
Mantle's resume included a list of historic feats. He had already won the Triple Crown, back-to-back MVPs, and would end up with more home runs in the World Series than any other player.
There's one to stay fair. It is going down.
And the list could have been even longer. It seemed as if the Mick could do anything except stay healthy.
He hurt his knee in 51, and he played the rest of his career without a real good leg.
He was always in pain. He always had something wrong with him.
He'd get a massage every day before the game, and then he'd get this elastic foam rubber and wrap it from his ankles to the cheek of his fanny on both legs and go out and play.
One to nothing your score. And Arrighetti goes back to work. First pitch is a P at the knees. Just misses below the zone. It's 1-0. Inside. Ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Nico Horner batting .263 on the year, 4 home runs. Fastball high and outside, 3-0. You know, I think the other thing that makes Arrighetti difficult to pick up, especially for right-handers, he's got that wide movement, the high leg kick. As the 3-0 pitch to Horner. Well outside wide. Calls that a strike, and Horner immediately challenges it. And good thing he got that one in, because that ball is about a football field outside the zone. Ball 4. So the Cubbies got something cooking here to start the inning. That's at least the 5th pitch that I've seen Fairchild miss. That's the 3rd one that he's missed wide out of the zone. Remember the last one, he didn't allow the batter Pena for the Astros to challenge it. Big lead over there at first base. Eric Getty's not paying attention. First pitch on the way, swing, fouls it back. It's 0-1. I think he might have just been testing that. He took a huge jump and was seeing if he was going to get any kind of movement. You could tell he was ready to come back. And instead, he just sat there, so we'll keep an eye on him. The 0-1, outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Gonna flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. One pitch. Runner at first, nobody out. Cubs trail the Astros 1-0. The 1-1 runner goes. Throw goes down to second base, and he's got it stolen. Good base running there by Nico Horner. He was bouncing back and forth. We were telling you about that. He took a shorter lead, then took kind of a skip step and took off like a bat out of hell. First pitch swinging off of that stolen base attempt. The 2-1 swing, chops it foul back behind the plate. Bush is now evened up at 2-2. The 2-2. Brings it in the dirt. Ball 3-2. As far as Acuna is concerned, for those of y'all who caught the game last night, may or may not and got the news, they are still saying it's a bone bruise, and Weiss says he's hoping it doesn't keep him out long, but we won't know until they release the lineup today. The payoff pitch inside. That either hit him or go in for ball 4. Either way, runners at first and second, and nobody out for the Chicago Cubs. Trailing. Got him at the top of his quad. I don't think it got him full head on. I think it kind of skipped off his leg. They're going out there and have a quick powwow with him right now. So everybody back to their positions. Runners at first and second, still nobody out. Righty-righty matchup. Bregman the batter. Alex Bregman takes a swing, belts it high, but out of play. It's 0-1. You're saying bone bruise. If you remember, it was on his left hand, his glove hand. So I would think bare minimum, he's not going to be in the field tonight. In all likelihood, if he does play, and he may not, probably a good chance that he doesn't, he would be the designated hitter. The 0-1 inside hits him. And that's going to load the bases. And there's nobody out. And Chicago Cubs have ducks all over the pond. So bases loaded, nobody out, and remember, this whole thing has been put together with 0 hits. It's been 2 walks and a hit by pitch, and here comes Ian Happ. Houston leads it 1-0, the 1-0. Or the first pitch on the way is upstairs, hits for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, swing, pops it up. Third base side near the dugout, but not much room here in the friendly confines, it's 0-2. For you Carolina fans, North Carolina beat Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament this morning, 10-4. I had that on when I was doing lineups and everything, getting ready for this ball game. It was a pretty good game for a while. I don't know how it fell apart, but at one point, Virginia Tech had the lead early on. The 0-2 swing, pops it back foul. Do it again. The 0-2 count. Brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's one away. Arrighetti, that's his 4th strikeout of the day versus 2 walks and hit by pitch and 2 hits allowed. So bases loaded, and Seiya Suzuki, the batter. First pitch swinging, pops it up. Back out of play, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing. Slices it foul. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky, that won't get out of the infield. So another wasted opportunity there, and there's now 2 down with the bases still loaded, and nobody has come across. Michael Conforto, the batter, he takes the first pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Conforto is batting .317 on the year. He platoons strictly against right-handed batters. The Cubs have gotten something good out of him this year. The 0-1, outside wide, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing, chopper over to second. It'll be, whoa, a high throw, but a great tag by Christian Walker. The ball was airmailed, and Walker at the top of his jump grabs it, tags him, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the, I still can't believe that play. There's no way that ever turns out good for anybody. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Radio Network.
What's for dinner? Hey, Chef, what's for dinner?
My favorite. What's for dinner? Get in my belly!
Blob, the Blob, Blob Barker, Blob of the Hutt, and Rub-a-Dub Chub.
What do you want for dinner?
I don't care.
One large jambalaya, please. Jambalaya?
Piggy can't fit through doorway.
Oh, this is fantastic.
You got my shirt at the big and tall shop? When did I make the crossover? I can't feel my hands.
You gonna eat your cornbread? It's the wood that makes it good.
Oh my God, I'm fatter than the skipper.
No and then!
And then?
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 I refuse to play your Chinese food mind games. You sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, Chinese food seems kind of complicated. Well, maybe for a less experienced chef.
That ketchup?
It's just a base. You don't understand cooking.
Hey, you know what? I just figured out what I want for dinner. A nice hot bowl of shredded stew.
Gazpacho, por favor.
Por favor.
I'm part Spanish.
Adios, muchacho.
Maybe you're getting cheese ball syndrome.
I love broccoli. It's good for you.
Then maybe you'd like to have a piece.
Vile weed!
Hurry up and munch those fries. We've got to get back to work soon.
One large crab bisque to go.
You want bread? You're pushing your luck, little man. Huh, you know what? I'm sorry. I've had shredded stew before, and it sure as diddly didn't taste like that.
I'll tell you what, a refill on this delicious exotic tea.
That's duck sauce.
That is good.
We're trying to lose weight.
Fatty McButterpants.
Lay off there, I'm starving.
I'm gonna order us some pizza.
A little neighborhood joint called Domino's.
Domino's?
Everybody enjoying the food so far? Oh my God, yes. We're gonna come tomorrow night and every other night for the rest of our lives.
Oh, and don't cheap out on the tip. We all know you're loaded now.
What's for dinner?
One to nothing your score. The Astros lead. We got Casey's got banana Laffy Taffy. Now that's a snack in the middle of the afternoon. Banana Laffy Taffy, I think, is extremely underrated. First pitch is foul back out of play to start the top of the fourth. It's 0-1. Waffle House. The 0-1 pitch, swing, rips it up the middle. And that'll be a base hit for the Houston Astros to get them going here in the top of the fourth inning. Leftover surprise. Are you going to be surprised what it is? Righty-righty matchup as drifts Bender up top, 78 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Ham and roast beef and spicy horseradish mustard. All that sounds good. Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger mac on tater rounds. Man. The 0-1 count. Swing. Fouls it back. It's 0-2. Go to check swing, goes around. He did not. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Down and away. 2-2. I have it on one screen in the background to keep it on the SEC tournament for y'all, but I think this is a replay from last night. They must be in some kind of a rain delay. I know they're in a rain delay in the ACC. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike three, misses upstairs, but chased it anyways, and there's one away. Tyon, by the way, that's his fifth strikeout of the day. The score I'm seeing is Florida 13-3 over Bama in the eighth, and I'm pretty sure they played last night. I think I saw that in the background. First pitch swinging by Shoemake, Brandon Shoemake, the ex-Atlanta Brave. Fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. He was the guy that was in spring training a couple of years ago competing for the shortstop position. Has always reminded me of. He looks like that he could be Dansby Swanson's brother, the 0-1, down and away, 1-1. We had just lost Dansby, and it almost felt like like we were trying to, you ever meet that person that their better half breaks up with them and the next person they date looks exactly like the person they just dated? Pitch misses outside, ball 2-1. 2-1 count. I'm glad to see that he finally made it to the bigs. His biggest question mark, he was with the White Sox right after the Braves, is the 2-1 misses high. 3-1. Very good glove man, but just couldn't hit worth a lick. But this year, he's batting .286 going into this at bat. I think with 3 home runs? Yeah, 3 home runs. A 3-1 pitch. Misses high, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And trouble brewing once again with the free passes. Coming to the plate, Cam Smith. The youngster takes the first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Infield back into the left. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Cubs and Astros. Cubs a game and a half out of first place in the NL Central. The 1-0 swing. Baltimore chopper over the mound and not going to be able to get the... Oh, what a bad decision by Dansby Swanson. And he ran into his doppelganger. Shoemake is on the second base bag. Looks a little shook up. It was a high chopper. Swanson was trying to tag the bag before Shoemake could get there. Shoemake's got some speed too, by the way. And he beat him with ease. Dansby never should have went for that. So then he trips over Shoemake and everybody's safe. So funny watching the two of them run into each other because it looks like that Spider-Man meme where they're both pointing at each other. So bases loaded, 1 out. Shoemake appears to be okay. Dansby's okay. He missed an opportunity to get that out at first. He should have just went to first. Problem was Nico Horner was, because they had the shift on, Nico Horner was nowhere near the bag for him to shovel it to him. And he was trying to get greedy and get the double play. Instead, he got nothing. Zach Cole, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing, hammers it up the middle. Grabbed by Dansby. Fires it to second. He'll relay it to first. A 6-4-3. They will not get the double play. The batter will beat it out by just about a step or so. And the Houston Astros lead it 2-0. Good play by Swanson. Slid and shoveled it straight to Nico. Nico doing his best to turn and fire, but Zach Cole with way too good of speed, and he's coming out of the left-hand batter's box. I guess, is Georgia and Florida playing today? I think that's what I just saw. First pitch is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0, but like I said, they must be in a rain delay. The 1-0, Christian Vasquez, batting .257 on the year, and he blasted a home run his first time up today. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 1-1. He had a hanging bender on the inside part of the plate. He probably won't get that this at bat. The 1-1. Fouls it back. It's 1-2. One-two count. Tyon comes set. Brings it. Swing, lifts it down the left field line. Will stay fair. Giving chase over there in the corner up against the wall is Ian Happ, but he'll run out of room. We'll go back to it. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. 2-0 your score. Houston leads Chicago. The 1-2. Down and away. Did he go around? He did not. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, slaps it into right. That's down for a base hit. 1 run will score. It's 3-0. The runner was on the move. He'll go first to third. And the inning continues. Tyon, 73 pitches in. 3-0 Houston. And Tyon is getting pelted by Vasquez today. It's his second hit, his second RBI. Jeremy Pena, the batter, first pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Houston 3, Chicago nothing. The 0-1. Swing, chops it over to second, and that'll be a 4-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Houston Astros put 2 on the board. It's 3-0 Chicago. We'll be back in a flash.
Good afternoon, everybody.
What a day. I use a drink. Nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh?
So, how much do you drink?
I think I'm good for about 10 or 12.
10 or 12 a week? That's not bad.
Well, a week.
You drink 10 or 12 beers a day?
You counting beers, too?
How reckless of me. I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry.
She turned out to be a part-time model and a full-time pickpocket.
Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two. But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things.
You drinking anymore?
Oh, me? No, I quit drinking, dude.
You never gonna drink again?
Nope.
You wanna stop at the bar by the Chinese restaurant? Just get a quick shot, me and you, and then we'll go? Yeah, the bar they got in the back.
Oh, the Chinese bar? Okay. What's shaking?
All 4 cheeks and a couple of chins.
I thought you said they didn't have alcohol.
Run back to your mix master. Cook up a few more of these.
Cigarette?
No, I never touch them.
Yeah. I suck them down like Coca-Cola.
I expose people to magic. I expose them to something they're never otherwise going to see in their boring, normal lives. And I gave that to them. I may forget about them tomorrow, but they'll live with that memory for the rest of their lives. And that's a gift, man.
One of the women said that she was afraid she might OD.
I thought that was a limit drop. I didn't think it was tequila.
What's that got to do with me?
You and me are gonna have a small talk later on. I'll be busy thinking up things to say.
Doesn't your wife ever complain that you never spend any time with her?
Would you?
Could you keep it down to a low roar? Some of us have to work.
Put that money down, pal.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
There goes the 2 weeks at camp. I promised the kids this summer. My birthday, give me a beer, stick a candle in it, and I'll blow out my liver.
Here's to feeling good all the time.
Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
This crowd's back into it now. Happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. Congratulations to Robert from graduating from high school this weekend. Along with my niece. She graduated high school this weekend as well. First pitch on the way to start the inning is high and inside to Merrill Kelly. Carson Kelly, I'm thinking of my fantasy pitcher. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Arrighetti kicks and fires. Misses high. 2-0. One thing I forget when we do these Apple games is that I cannot stand the way they'll go into a box to interview some guy, and the game picture is the smallest of the boxes, so you can barely see what the hell's going on. The 2-0. I mean, why wouldn't you make the guy you're interviewing a much smaller box, like in the top corner or something? The 2-0 pitch, down and away. Ball 3-0. The only good thing about it is when that's going on, you don't get the goofy. Let me read you some of the stupid things that come on the screen as the game is going on for Apple. Carson Kelly, 74% reach base probability. He's a 3-0 right there for a strike, 3-1. A second ago, they had plus 1,700 for Houston to win the division. Yeah, that's not happening. Houston's 20-29, and there's no signs of life. They just got too many injuries, and I do believe this year was a reset just in general for them. The 3-1 pitch, swing, lifts it into center field, giving chase, and making the running catch is Myers for out number 1. Now, that doesn't mean that a bad team can't beat a good team on any given day. We see that all the time with the Braves. Best team in baseball. We lose games all the time that has our head scratching, but that's why the Cubs really need to win this series. I mean, to drop a series at home to the Astros after getting swept by the Brewers would be brutal for Chicago fans. First pitch is a teardrop at the knees to Pete Crow Armstrong. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Fixing fire swing, pops it up. High in the sky, can of corn. Who wants it? Third baseman calls everybody off. F5, Paredes, 2 down. Two up, 2 down. Dansby Swanson coming to the plate. Speaking of the AL West, right now the A's lead the Rangers a 1.5. Seattle 2.5 is the first pitch. Dansby tries to drop a bunt down the third base line. Plenty foul to the dugout of the Cubs. They call third base home. It's 0-1. Houston is 6.5 back, and the Angels, you can put a fork in them, they're done. They're 9.5 back. It really feels like a 3-team race. As the 0-1 swing, pops it up. Into right field, giving chase, making the running catch. F9 your scorecard, and Cam Smith makes the grab. We go to the top of the 5th. Here in Wrigley, 3-0, Houston leads Chicago.
At the tone, leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Hell are you doing? I told you we weren't getting involved.
You got us involved when you brought us here.
Where are you from? What's your real name? What was it before you changed it?
Giuseppe.
That's all you need, one thieving wop on the team.
It's much better than you stinking Irish.
Oh, I like him.
Just a drink.
He can play.
He can't throw.
He can't throw and he can't field. Why do you like him? He gets on base.
You want answers! I want the truth!
He gets on base, so do I care if it's a walk or a hit? You do not. I do not.
Just a drink.
What draws my admiration? What is that which gives me joy?
Just a drink.
Baseball. A man stands alone at a plate. This is the time for individual achievement. But in the field, part of a team. Part of one big team. Sunny day, stanza full of fans. What does he have to say?
Just a drink.
I get nowhere unless the team wins.
The day may come when the courage of men fail, but it is not this day.
Just a drink.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Forget it, he's rolling. I think he'll ever get out of here.
One day, when I got a long white beard and
2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs. So.
Get busy living, get busy dying.
Just a drink.
Do you really want to get him? What are you prepared to do? If you open the ball on these people, you must be prepared to go all the way. Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Just a drink.
The Lord hates a coward. Do you know what a blood oath is? Yes. Good, because you just took one.
Just a drink.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You can't handle the truth.
Did it ever occur to you I just might go tapioca and throw you out of one of the windows?
Just a drink.
Perfect.
Shaken, not stirred.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back. First pitch is a strike upstairs from Tyon Tabretis. It's 0-1. 3-0 your score. Wind is still blowing in, but it doesn't look quite as intimidating coming in from the flags as the pitch is swung on and slapped into right field. And that'll be a leadoff single for the Astros. Righty-lefty matchup. Yordan Alvarez up to the plate. Swings at the first pitch and knocks it foul. 0-1. The 0-1. Game 1 of a doubleheader. We've got Braves and Nationals tonight. Bryce Elder Day. Is the 0-1 outside wide? 1-1. One count. This is high. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Swing! Fouls off the 92 heater on the outer edge. 2-2. The 2-2 from Tyon. Taking his time. Here's the pitch. Swing. Fouls it down the left field line, giving chase. Well out of play. Not a whole ton of room here. So once the ball goes foul, it usually heads out of play. Very common with all the older stadiums that were built back then. They were trying to cram as many people as they could close to the action. The 2-2 pitch. Down and away. Ball 3-2. Full count. Swing. Lifts that one away. So he's making them work. This will be pitch number 9 of the at-bat. Pitch on the way, swing, fouls that one. The payoff pitch, swing, pops that one back. Reminds me of the old Drysdale quote where he said, I think it's just going to be easier to hit that son of a bitch. Send him on his way. 3-2 count. Tyon comes set. Swing, lifts it into right field, down for a soft single, but it'll run the move the runners along. First and second, nobody out for the Astros here in the top of the fifth. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging by Christian Walker. He gives that one a ride. Deep down the left field line. Will it stay in play? It will. Making the catch over there in left is Ian Happ for a loud out number one. I think the wind might have pushed it back in to the stadium. It looked like it was heading into the stands. Foul. So now a double play can get Tyon out of the jam. Myers the batter. 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch swing. Fouls it straight back. It's a 1-1. The 0-1. Speaking of that, y'all talking about thunderstorms. I was checking the weather today for the Braves game as the 0-1. Check swing over to third. Bregman's got it. Flips it over to second. He'll get the force out at second base, but everybody else is safe. So a fielder's choice. Runner going second to third stopped. Bregman probably should have stopped and tagged him and then tried to get the guy at first. Pretty good catch by a Cubs fan. One of those foul balls that went back. He went over the railing to get it. He's got a big old brewski in his hand. We're just glad he didn't go head over tea kettle. That'll be it for Tyon. They're going to send him to the showers. Cubs trail 3-0. We'll be back in a flash here on Wrigley Friday here on the BCR.
Cool things we did at school that kids today will never experience. Taking a coin to buy a pencil and praying it's the one you really wanted, then going back to class and proudly sharpening it. Taking a big whiff of a marker, pretending to be high. Letting Elmer's glue dry on your palm and then peeling it off. Admit it, you did this at least once when you were a kid.
This is Bob, and yes, I'm in another battlefield. This is Stones River, as the Confederates called it, or Murfreesboro, according to the Union, where General Bragg and his 40,000 Confederates were wintering just south of Nashville. But here came Rosecrans, ordered by Lincoln, because he had not had a victory since Antietam and the Emancipation Proclamation. He wanted another one, and here in the mid-theater is where he thought he could get it, at this battlefield. It was brutal on both sides.
As he got older, I remember it just being like so funny. Yeah. I remember in, I think it was San Diego, and you were like 40, and they were just like yelling at you, they're like, eat another pizza, Maddox. We loved that one. That was funny.
If you ask me what was the one line that he said that most stands out to you, it would be, I'm playing with house money. He would say that to me all the time. Anytime I'd talk about, another Cy Young or some other record that he was approaching, an ERA under 2, he's like, playing with house money.
I never thought I was the best, but I always try to get the most out of my ability. Some guys try harder than others. Some guys work harder than others.
Everything to him was house money. That he was much better than he thought, pitched a lot longer than he thought, played on more winning teams than he thought.
This is the good one, though, the World Series trophy. That's the one you share for a lifetime with your teammates and family and friends and city. The Cy Youngs are nice, but I'm really probably the only one that cares about them. Lots of people care about that.
Welcome back. 3-0 Houston leads Chicago. The left-hander, Milner, comes on for the Cubs. Southpaw fires the first pitch down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Outside wide ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Myers at first, Paredes at third. He started this off with a sinker changeup, the 2-0 pitch. Sinker grabs the bottom of the zone, 2-1. Matthews in hitting for Shoemake. Cam Smith standing on deck. The 2-1 pitch swing. Rifles it into center field. That's down for a base hit. And the Houston Astros are going to take a 4-0 lead. Runners will go to first and second. There are 2 outs. The Cubs trail 4-0. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. It's 0-1. Cam Smith batting .210 on the year. 1 for 2 on the day with a single. Oh, 1 pitch misses outside. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. The 0-2, or 1-2 swing, chops it over to first, and that'll be a 5-3 or 1-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. The Astros 4, Cubs 0. Cubs grab the bats when we return. Top of the order.
I'm just sitting here in a parking lot of a shopping center. I'm screwed. Every year, my wife will say something like, "Hey, for this year's gift, I decided to get you baseball tickets to see your team. And the stadium is located near this restaurant that you love. And I remember that you love that restaurant because you told me about it 8.5 years ago. So I made a reservation there so we can eat there before the game. And I took the tickets and I wrapped them in a t-shirt from a clothing brand that you love. And the t-shirt is in the color blue because I know that's one of your favorite colors. I hope you enjoy your gift." And then it's my turn. And I'm like, "I got you a hat." My wife is an elf, and I'm so bad at this.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Josh Hader traded to the Padres for Taylor Rogers, with Hader leading the league with 29 saves and Rogers being right behind him with 28. It's the first time in MLB history that 2 teams have traded closers with the 2 highest amount of saves. Walter Alston was the Dodgers manager from 1954 to 1976, winning 4 championships in that span. In the years that he was a manager, he never signed a multi-year contract and instead signed 23 consecutive one-year deals.
Everything he did seemed different.
Johnny made one-hand catching the thing. You know, most guys that came up in the 50s, 60s, there were two-handed catchers.
I broke my thumb twice, 1966. Then I broke it again at the end of 1967. And I said, this is stupid. That's when I started to become a one-handed catcher.
I keep my throwing hand away from the flight of the ball and where foul tips might be able to hit it.
He was a different animal when it comes to being a catcher in the big leagues.
It all came so fast, but even with the instant success, it still felt like Johnny Bench was just getting started.
You could see it coming. It was something that you felt, you saw, and you knew that this guy was going to get better and better and better.
You know, a lot of guys want to play, whatever the sport is. Bench didn't want to play. He wanted to win.
4-0 your score. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Arrighetti back to work. First pitch is upstairs. Nico Horner. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Matthews came on to play second base. For Shoemake after the pinch hit. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. 1-1 count. Dixon fires, swing, pops it up. High into center field. Should be an easy catch. F8 in your scorecard, and there's one down. Wind still blowing in. Coming in from center into left at the left field foul pole, it's a dead standing of the flags straight in the air. Michael Bush, the batter, righty-lefty, first pitch. Sweeper in the dirt, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Outside wide, ball 2-0. The 2-0 from Arrighetti. Curveball hits the side of the zone. 2-1. Cubs are doing the traditional beer cup stack out there in the bleachers, the 2-1. 2-2. They got a pretty good sized snake going. I'd say it's about 5-6 rows deep right now. They take all the souvenir cups and they stack them on top of each other after they've completed a drink, and the idea is just to see how far they can get it to go back. The 2-2. Misses upstairs, ball 3-2. So full count. Michael Bush as he tries to get aboard, get something going here. The payoff pitch, swing, fouls it away. The payoff pitch, swing, fouls that one away. Nothing else, he's making them work, but at this stage of the game, you want some base runners. Cubs trail 4-0. Pitch inside, almost gets him. That'll be ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. So 1 on, 1 out, and Alex Bregman, the batter. First pitch on the way. Misses down and away. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Good to see you, Willis. Inside, ball 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Pitch misses, ball 3-0. So Eric Getty, who's got a 4-run lead, is in danger of walking the tying run to the on-deck circle. Bregman digging in. Ian Happ is on deck, and that'll be ball 4, and he'll head on down to first, and the Cubs got something going. Astros currently have 16 guys injured, 13 that they expected to be on their opening day roster. Just when you think you've gone through some things, wow. And yet they're still not as bad as the 2025 Braves. The 2025 Braves, we had some injuries, but we also played poorly. So, it all evened out. Stephen Okert is warming up in the pen. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Bet that was a cool experience, Tom. Back in the Harry Carey days. I went there one time. 2000. I always get it confused. It was either 2011 or 2012, somewhere in that neighborhood. The 0-1 fouls it away. It's 0-2. It might have even been 2010. I'd have to look it up. I know what game I went to. It was a shootout between the Marlins and the Cubs. Somewhere in the last 15 years or so. The 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. Filthy pitch. Strike 3. For Arrighetti. Strikeout number 5 on the day. First pitch on the way to Suzuki. Misses it way outside wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Down below the knees. Ball 2-0. Golden opportunity here for the Cubbies. Runners at first and second and 2 outs. They had first and second and nobody out. Second time this game that they've been threatening like this. The 2-0 pitch, swing, lifts it into right field, and that should die in the glove of the right fielder, Cam Smith. So the Cubs come up snake eyes once again. 4-0 Houston. We go to the 6th inning here on the Wrigley Friday afternoon ball game.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is spectators. We're having steak tonight, and she wanted broccoli, but our spectators would taste better.
You know, health insurance is cool because you get to pay a bunch of money each month for nothing. Then if something happens to you, you get to pay a whole bunch more money.
I prefer paying all my bills at once so I can spend the rest of the month relaxing and enjoying the $22 I have left over.
What's the difference between you and a Christmas tree?
I don't know.
Stays up for 12 days, has cute balls. Looks good with the lights on.
What is this enticing bowl of white? That's cottage cheese. Cottage cheese? Like cheese from some cottage? Who's cottage? What is that exactly? How do you not know what it is? Aren't you like a cheese guy? I'm not a cottage guy. You are going to make us lose this game.
You think Jay-Z or
probably not a good time right now.
Too soon.
I mean, let's face it, he's the greatest pitcher I've ever seen in my lifetime.
He is the best, folks. He is the best.
Day in, day out. Start to start, consistently great.
It's known as a Maddox. If you throw a complete game with less than 100 pitches, because Greg did it so often.
There's nobody better than Greg Maddux. I don't care who it is.
He's the greatest pitcher I ever saw.
3,000 strikeouts for Greg Maddux.
I don't think there's anybody that compares to doing more with less.
There's nothing intimidating about Greg Maddux. His stature, his athletic ability, his fastball. Nothing's intimidating until you sit in your locker at the end of the night and you're sucking on an 0 for 4 because he's completely dominated you.
His demeanor was always the same. He just took one pitch to the next at bat. That was it. That's great.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We head to the top of the 6th inning, 4-0 your score. Houston leads Chicago. Ethan Roberts coming on for the Cubs. 7 games, he's at a .96 ERA. Zach Cole, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Right there at the bottom of the zone, it's 0-1. It'll be Cole, Vasquez, then back to the top of the order, Pena. Astros with the 4-0 lead. The 0-1. Misses down and away, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Misses wide of the zone. Ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 count. Roberts delivers. Right there, and we're going to get a challenge. Pitch at the bottom of the zone. Zach Cole's trying to challenge this to see if he can win this argument. And he's going to win it. So they'll keep both of their challenges. Three-one pitch, swing and a miss, 94-mile-an-hour fastball, painted the outer edge, and it's a full count now. Full count delivery, swing, chopper, over to second. Making the play is Nico. He'll flip it to first. Bush with the catch. 4-3, 1 down. One up, one down. Christian Vasquez, who had a home run in the third, singled right in the fourth. He'll take the first pitch for a strike. Upstairs, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Inside. This is well of the zone. 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it. And And Vasquez wants to challenge this one. There's a bender at the bottom of the zone, and he allowed him to challenge this, and he will win that one as well. He took about as long as I guess that was Pena earlier in the game. The 2-1 pitch. Upstairs, and we're going to get another challenge. Challenging everywhere, and I think he's going to win this, Carson Kelly. Wait for the... Yep, he won that one. And Chad Fairchild is proving he doesn't know what the hell he's doing back there. Good to see you, JC. Your apology is a pending to a higher court, JC. We'll let you know what the verdict is. The 2-2. In the dirt, full count. I think a lot of folks were tired watching between him and Ozzie Albies first half of the season. My God, that was a little rough watch. The payoff pitch, swing, fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. Ozzie's currently in that rut right now where I'm seeing him swinging a lot of first pitches. His numbers are better this year because he got off to a hot start, and hopefully that continues, but I think sometimes he gets frustrated as a switch hitter. When he gets in a rut, he just tries to swing his way out of it. The 3-2 pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. First pitch on the way is upstairs. Sweeper drifts in for a strike to Pena. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Right there at the knees. 0-2. We get another challenge. It's just challenge after challenge. That time, the strike will be confirmed.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
So an 0-2 count. Brings it. Misses outside wide. 1-2. So I guess what's going on with the SEC is Florida and Georgia is pushed back to Saturday for one of the semifinals. They're waiting the winners today for the other semifinals. This is the 1-2 misses down away 2-2. And in the first semifinal, Arkansas and Texas, they're in a rain delay. They've been in a rain delay ever since we started this game. And I think pretty much a long time before that. Auburn and Texas A&M still have to play later tonight, too. The 2-2. Swing, slaps it to the right side. That should end the inning. It is a 3-1 shovel, and we'll go to the 7th. 7th inning we go. Cubs, bottom of the 6th we go. Cubs better wake up. It's getting late early.
I just had to leave Walmart, come back out here in my car because I ain't dealing with that shit. I mean, I understand slow and I understand aggravated, but being drunk too, I mean, they got to work on these cashiers, man. This is the last time I'm using self-checkout.
What is your favorite American expression? August in Kansas City, it's hotter than 2 rats in the wolf sock.
On August 24th, 1919, Ray Caldwell pitched in his first game as a Cleveland Indian against the Philadelphia Athletics. And Caldwell was pitching a great game, going into the 9th inning having only given up 1 run. However, needing just 1 more out to complete the game, Caldwell was struck by lightning. And not just him, the catcher, umpire, and shortstop also reported shocks. Caldwell went down to the ground and stayed unconscious for apparently 5 minutes, but after those 5 minutes, Caldwell stood up seemingly okay. Caldwell stayed in and finished the complete game. He did not suffer any major effects from the lightning, and in fact went on to pitch a no-hitter about 2 weeks later.
I guess they were heavily addicted to marijuana. I started like breaking into houses and stealing and ripping my mom and my granny and all my family off, and like that marijuana hit me hard, and it didn't help with my meth addiction either.
When the Reds hired Sparky Anderson as their manager in 1970, Bench got his wish.
Let me tell you something. I'm not calling you out. I'm not second guessing.
What do you want? Sparky came out of nowhere. Nobody knew who Sparky was. You know, Sparky had to prove himself.
Sparky's strategy was simple: ride his star catcher as far as he could.
Well, damn, Sparky had to kiss his ass every once in a while for how good he was.
There were times when Sparky, I said, Sparky, come on. Am I ever going to get a day off? And he said, let me tell you, if we're behind, I'm going to catch you to catch up. If we're tied, I'm going to catch you to get ahead. If we're ahead, catch you to stay ahead. I said, I'm not getting any days off, am I? He said, no.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See you off the ballpark.
Welcome back. Heading to the bottom of the 6th, the Chicago Cubs. Who have just 2 hits so far. Looking to get something going here. Yeah, once a guy's made it, Chop, I don't even try to invest. I figured that at that point you're not going to get any kind of a return on your rewards. I mean, unless it's a Braves player I've always wanted or something. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch on the way. He's upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Okert in for the Astros. Amaya has come in to pinch it for Conforto. The 0-1 swing. Amaya lifts it into center field, and that's got a seeing eye single written all over it. It's a leadoff single by the Cubbies, and that might get them going here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That wind definitely played a factor in that. Second baseman Matthews was giving chase, and he kept pushing the ball away from him. Dove face first into the grass out there in center, but never came close to the ball. Lefty-righty first pitch upstairs for a strike to Carson Kelly. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it, swing, pops it up. F9 your scorecard, 1 away. I think Hernandez is the number 6 prospect in Major League Baseball right now. When Houston was in the NL Central, Kerry Wood set the strikeout record against the Astros in Wrigley, day game. Lefty-lefty matchup, pitch off the edge. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, swing belted down the right field line. If the wind doesn't kick it, that ball is gone, baby. Helter skelter, we've got a 2-run game. A 406-foot shot. And Pete Crow Armstrong makes this game 4-2 in the 6th, and a long way to go. So 4-2 your score. And that's going to bring a pitching change from the Astros, clinging to a 2-run lead. And the Cubbies are back in it. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR Radio Network. Houston 4, Cubs 2. 6th inning we go.
I feel like women who are gluten-free should have a hall pass on having to deal with boys' bad behavior. Like, we've already had our pasta taken from us. Our bread tastes like unhappiness and has the texture of kinetic sand. So if you get to play with us, swipe left, because we've already been through enough hard times.
Happy Festivus. What's Festivus? When George was growing up, his father...
Nothing. It's nothing. It's a stupid holiday my father invented. It doesn't exist.
Happy Festivus, Georgie.
So you can take my glasses off my face to see if I can see without them. But if I flip a out a wheelchair to see if he can move without it, now y'all want to cancel me. Now I'm in the wrong.
Out of all races, what would you say is your least favorite race?
The one where you got to chase a toddler around the house to put his clothes back on because he took it off after you already dressed him and he's making you late for work, that will her.
Hey y'all, it's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is Odyssey. Hey honey, you better come out here quick. You ought to see this deer in our yard.
The Reds were the powerhouse of the NL in 1970.
We were 70-30 after 100 games.
And they got the nickname to match.
We were so good in '70, we became the Big Red Machine.
The Big Red Machine.
That Big Red Machine, which has been rattling and rumbling along.
And Johnny was the key part. He was magnificent.
This could be my best year ever. Who knows? I'm quite pleased with the way things have gone, and especially when you're in first place.
I had 4 ways to have a good game. I had to call a great game.
Johnny was very intelligent. Ain't nobody sitting in that dugout telling Johnny Bench what to call.
I could throw runners out.
It would have been interesting to be a Reds pitcher because you better get your ass out of the way.
I could block home plate.
Forget it. We know that guy is going to be out.
And I could get hits.
I remember facing him at Crossley Field, and he hit a rocket against that scoreboard. I thought he was going to knock it down because there was continual noises after it hit.
Thank you for listening, liking, and subscribing to Braves Country Radio. First pitch on the way from a former Atlanta Brave, De Los Santos. Fires the ball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. I would have lost a lot of bets there. I was thinking that was mid-2000s, the 1-0. Fouls it back 1-1. I guess what I remember more is them needing to, because for years they played with 15 teams in both leagues, which started the everyday, or I'm sorry, for years they played with the 1-1 pitch swing, chops it down the line, foul, 1-1. They played with 16 and 14. It wasn't until they went to 15 and 15 in 2014 that started the every day that there was an interleague game because of the numbers. And I hated the talk of it for the longest time because when they first started interleague in the 90s, it was supposed to be just a couple of pockets of the season, and I missed that because it was fun because that's when you saw the different leagues is the 1-2 swing and a miss. Daniel De Los Santos comes in and strikes out Dansby Swanson. 2 down. I like the idea of the different leagues only matching up a few times a year. It was just certain weekends, rivalry weekends. It was a lot of fun. You were always aware when the Mets and Yankees were playing, Cubs and White Sox, that kind of thing. Now it's as the first pitch is high and inside for a ball. Close shave to Nico Horner. It's 1-0. Daniel De Los Santos, 6'3", 235-pounder. 30-year-old out of San Pedro, Dominican Republic. Four-seam fastball makes it 1-1. A 1-1 count. De Los Santos with a 4.91 ERA this year. The 1-1 swing. Slice it foul. It's 1-2. Of course, he played with the Braves last year until we DFA'd him and he was picked up by Houston. He was never a terrible reliever. He's one of those guys you want in the front end of your pen because of the injuries, he's been forced closer to the back end for the Astros. The 1-2 pitch, swing, lifts it into right center field, the Bermuda Triangle, but that's going to get caught in the triangle. Making the catch is Matthews, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the top of the seventh. We got ourselves a brand new ball game, girls and boys. It's 4-2. Astros with the lead.
You better not get drunk tonight and get political at my company Christmas party.
Hi, y'all. It's again time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is enema. I can't stand when people keep sticking their nose all enema business.
Hey, I think they should change the name of urgent care to something else because there's nothing urgent about that place and they do not care.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, where tonight the Montreal Expos open up a 3-game series with the Atlanta Braves. I'm Pete Van Weren, along with Don Sutton, welcoming you to Atlanta. The Braves have been in first place since day one of the season. Tonight, that's at stake. They're only a half game up on some very familiar friends, the Montreal Expos, Don.
Kind of like a family reunion when they come into town. The Braves see them every day in spring training. Played them 6 times this spring, beating them enough to win the Mayor's Trophy, but unfortunately they won't let that count during the season.
The Reds won the National League pennant in 1970, and Bench led the majors with 45 home runs and 148 RBI, an easy pick as the league's most valuable player. He was 22 years old, not even 5 years out of high school in Oklahoma, and he was one of the biggest sports stars in America.
1970, I'm MVP. My classmate in Binger, she calls and says, well, you know, it is our 5-year class reunion. And she said, we'd also like to have a parade and honor you. So, wow. And they got the trailers and they got them in there. Congratulations, Johnny MVP. And here they are. We're all lined up. Didn't have a band, but we, band in Binger. So here we go uptown and nobody's there. Everybody is in the parade, except for 3 drunks who came out of Mike's bar and they say, you're the man, Johnny. And we made a U-turn at the police station and we waved at each other as we went back by, as we passed by each other. And that was our parade.
Friday afternoon baseball here on Braves Country Radio. Of course, it's the only game going on right now. Cubs and Astros, 4-2, Houston over Chicago. Later on tonight is the first pitch. Roberts back out there to work. 93 mile an hour. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0 to Paredes. Alvarez on deck. Pitch on the way. Swing. Rocketed over to short. Diving stab by Dansby Swanson. Leaps to his feet. Fires it to first. And it's a 6-3 put out. 1 down. Later on tonight, you got the Guardians at the Phillies at 6:40. 7:05, Rays and Yankees. 7:07, Pirates and Blue Jays. Twins face the Red Sox at 10 after 7. The Mets and the Marlins the same. They're in Miami. 7:15, your Atlanta Braves host the Washington Nationals. We'll have the call right here. As the first pitch misses outside wide for a ball, it's 1-0. Tigers and Orioles are also at 7:15 in Baltimore. And at 7:40 in Milwaukee, 6:40 local, it's Brewers and Dodgers. That should be a pretty good series. Pitch misses outside wide, ball 2-0. Next Friday, we're going to have the Dodgers here on the out-of-town doubleheader. They host the Phillies. It'll come on right after the Braves game on Friday night next week, the 2-0. Right there for a strike, 2-1. Got 2 doubleheaders scheduled for next week. Two-one count. Turns and clicks. Just misses upstairs. 3-1. The other doubleheader will be Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern. We've got Cardinals and Brewers. Is the 3-1 fouled off? 3-2. We'll come on there about 12:45 for that one. It's a part of the doubleheader of Braves and Red Sox that evening. The payoff pitch, nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So Alvarez will head on down to first. He's 1 for 3 now with the walk, batting .303, and that'll make way for Christian Walker. Wind looks like it's starting to blow out a little bit towards that right field pole. Christian Walker 1 for 3. Singled to center in the 4th. He's also struck out. Righty, 1 out, run on. The first pitch is right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Myers on deck. Matthews in the hole. 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Houston. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Cubbies. The 0-1. Down and away. 1-1. One count. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Alvarez at first, 1 out, the 1-2. Swing, pops it up, fouling out of play. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 2 down. Good high heat in the corner. So 2 down. And that'll bring Myers to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a single to left. He also grounded out to a fielder's choice. First pitch swinging, chops it over to third, deep in the hole. Bregman fires a one-hopper into the glove of Bush. Good job by Bush by scooping that out of the dirt, and that'll end the inning. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th here in Wrigley, where it all began. Back in a flash here on Braves Country Radio. Welcome back. De Los Santos going to go back out there for the bottom of the 7th. First pitch is down and in to Michael Busch. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and grips. Swing, lifts it. Into center field, drifting back, making the running catch is Myers for a long out, number 1. That'll bring Alex Bregman to the plate. Ian Happ due up next. Righty-righty matchup. Bregman takes the first pitch off the plate. It's 1-0. Bregman 1 for 1 on the day with a single to center. He was then hit by a pitch in the 3rd and walked in the 5th. Batting .253 on the year, .694 OPS, the 1-0. Pops it back foul, 1-1. One count. That was my kid. That was my driver growing up. JC was was Bill Elliott. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Pitch misses outside the zone, 2-1. Had a buddy that lived right down the road from me. His uncle was Cale Yarborough, but I never met him, so it didn't mean anything to me. The 2-1. Swing, fouls it back, 2-2. He was at the end when I became friends with that kid. That kid was a trip. Boy, he loved racing, and he would, no matter what he got, he took the brakes off of him. Bicycles, go-karts, you name it. He always took the brakes off everything he owned. The 2-2 misses outside, 1-2. Or, excuse me, 3-2. What am I talking about? 3-2. Full count. Long day here with the doubleheader. Can't be doing those screw-ups this early. The payoff pitch. Swing, hammers it over to third, but right at the third baseman. Paredes will flip it over to first, and there's 2 away. But I have not. I used to watch it pretty regularly. Now I only watch the Daytona. I have not kept up with motor racing since before the pandemic. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch swinging, rips it down the right field line. It's 0-1. It was easier when I worked in restaurants when it was always on when I worked, so that was how we pretty much kept up with it. We'd always have pools and throw a little money in to see if we could win. But when that left and I was no longer in joints that did that kind of stuff, that's where I lost the interest. The 0-1 fouls it away. In and out of the glove, it's 0-2. Ian Happ 1 for 3 with the double. And I think what really sealed the deal for me is when they started with the, I'm trying to think of what they call it. Where they break up in the different heats is the 0-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up. Stages, the stage racing. The 0-2 pops it up high in the sky, and then it'll finally come down in the glove with the third baseman Paredes, and we'll head to the 8th. It's a 2-run game. Cubbies and Astros, 4-2 Houston. We'll be back in a flash.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour. When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Happy
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to become this country.
This is total BS!
Where at? I'm in the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you've probably seen a couple.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. We go to the top of the 8th in a 4-2 ball game. 4 runs, 9 hits, and an error for Houston. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Chicago. Home runs by Vasquez in the 4th, a solo shot. He took the early, or in the 3rd inning, excuse me, his 4th of the year in the 3rd inning. Solo shot that gave the Astros a 1-0 lead as Jacob Webb on for the Cubs. First pitch for a strike on the right hand of the zone. It's 0-1. They added 3 more to make it 4-0. And then a 2-run home run by Pete Crow Armstrong. Cut the lead in half. It's 4-2 now. 0-2 count to Matthews, batting .208 on the year. 1 for 1 with an RBI single. The 0-2, caught looking strike 3. Punched him out on the outer edge, and there's one away. 7:15 tonight. Braves and Nationals will have the call here. Bryce Elder Day. First pitch is upstairs to Cam Smith. Misses high for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Just misses outer edge. Time is called for a challenge here by the youngster of the Astros. And he will lose that one. That was almost 100% of the ball in the zone.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. One-two pitch. Turns and fires. Way outside wide. 2-2. The 2-2. Cam Smith takes that one in the dirt, and it is ball 3, 3-2. Full count. Cole standing on deck. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nasty pitch by Webb. Pulled the string on that one, and there's 2 down. First pitch to Cole is a strike there on the outer half. It's 0-1. Zach Cole, 174 on the year. 0 for 3 on the day, the 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. The 1-1 swing. Knocks it down the line, foul. The 1-2 pitch, swing, fouls that back. One-two pitch. Misses high, ball 2, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Webb, this will be pitch at fit number 15 of the inning. Brings it and dribbles it over to first. It's going to be a quick play, 3-1 put out. Webb barely got there in time. First baseman probably should have took it himself. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 8th we go. Cubs trail by 2.
When you see two crackheads fall in love, aw, just look at them, solid as a rock.
Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Hi, I'm Johnny Bench. Of course I love to play baseball. That's why I chose the profession. Baseball is a great career.
As Johnny Bench got set for his 5th full season in the big leagues, he was one of the faces of baseball. A star who blended brilliance with dependability.
Once again, it's Johnny Bench.
In talking about Johnny Bench, he posted every day he went to the clubhouse. Posted his name, I am ready to play. That was what Johnny Bench stood for.
He was one of those guys you could count on for 4 at-bats a day. He didn't like to rest.
Paul Bunyan. I kept looking around for the blue ox.
The rock-ribbed figure of Johnny Bench.
His hands are bigger than his mitt. Somebody told me that he can hold 7 baseballs.
Johnny will stop because if you're going to score the run, he will stop it.
You're actually blocking the plate from the runner coming in, trying to score. And when you get those big, strong guys that weigh 220 to 230, and they come barreling around third base, and sometimes you have second thoughts. You have to be able to prevent that runner from reaching home base because it means a game to you, and that's what you're trying to do is win.
Well, what else is it but smart and tough? Those are the 2 most important ingredients in life, and he had them.
Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. Bottom of inning number 8. Four to 2 your score. First pitch on the way to start the bottom of the 8th inning to Suzuki. Misses high for a ball. It's 1-0. Bryant Abreu now on for the Houston Astros. Houston leads it 4-2, the 1-0. Inside, ball 2-0. The 2-0 count. Abreu coming set. Kicks and fires. Dropped a slider there at the knees, 2-1. The Nationals are starting Richard Lovelady tonight. Are you serious? This is a 2-1. In the dirt, 3-1. 3-1 count. Oh, buddy, we're going to have fun with that. It must be a bullpen game because he's a bullpen pitcher. The 3-1. Swing, chopper. Over to third. 5-3 put out. 1 down. Bryce Elder is on the mound for the Braves. By the way, for you SEC and ACC baseball fans, the SEC tournament's coming back at 5:32 tonight, and the ACC is coming back at 5:15 tonight. So during the break in the action, you can hear the ball go ping. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch swinging by Ballesteros. Lifts it high into center field. And making the catch is Myers. 2 down. So I take it the Avs are back in action tonight, Chop? I'm assuming they're doing an every other night type thing like they do with the basketball playoffs. First pitch on the way to Carson Kelly's right there. First strike. It's 0-1. Dogs don't play again until tomorrow. They're playing the Gators, JC. I think it's 1 o'clock tomorrow, the 0-1. Inside, hits him. Up and in, Carson Kelly heads to first. And he'll head on down. And now the tying run will come to the plate just like that. So in a kind of a ho-hum lull of a game, all of a sudden the tying run is standing at home plate. And P. Crow Armstrong, who's already hit one two-run home run. Okay, 8 o'clock. I'll try to remember to put that on one of the devices. I'm trying to pay attention to the hockey playoffs. It's the only thing else going on right now that I can talk myself into watching. And if the Canadians make it and the Avalanche make it, that would be my preference between the teams that are left. But if not, if only one of them makes it, then that'll be the team I'll pull for. That's the short of that story. P. Crow Armstrong, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. I used to care about that, Chop. I don't really care about that stuff right now as the 1-0 down and in 2-0. I mean, it's not like the U.S. hasn't dominated the NHL because they have so many more cities. It'd be different if you had a half and half type deal going on, or if we only had a few cities in the NHL. But the NHL is an American league. Is the pitch right there at the knees. 2-1. The 2-1 count, outside wide, 3-1. Johnny says, my nephew starts UF next year. I'm a Bulldog fan. I can be a Gator when they're not playing. I don't know about that, Johnny. I don't know about that nonsense you're spewing. The 3-1 pitch right there at the knees. Full count. Does he play for UF? Or is he just going there? If he's just going there, I'll tell you, I'd tell him what I told my sister when she started going to the University of Florida. Kiss my ass, see you in 4 years. The payoff pitch. Did he go around? They checked down the line. And they're going to say that he did or did not. Okay. He's heading down to first. Yeah, he didn't go around. That wasn't even close. The idea that they even challenged it was absurd. So runners at first and second. They're 2 outs, and Dansby Swanson's coming to the plate. So we'll stay right here with you as we wait for the pitching change. No, he's in he's in engineering. Well, if he's in an engineering program and you're a Georgia Bulldog sports fan, I don't see why you have to turncoat and pull against your rival. I know Florida's not your natural rival, but it's one of your top rivals. Florida's natural rival is Florida State. Georgia, I guess in theory, would be Georgia Tech, but when it's a one-sided rivalry, it's hard to argue that. Kind of like when Georgia Tech was dragging Georgia for the first 50 years of their existence. Georgia Tech's been a little better the last few years. That's been a fun game to watch. That game a couple of years ago, man, Georgia Tech spit the bit. They should have won that game. Be interesting to see what they look like without that quarterback. He left. It was a Haynes King. What are you easy macking me about? Do you pull for Florida, Richard, and Georgia? I just can't wrap my head around that. And I know college sports isn't what it used to be. It's dying a slow death because of the NIL, but there's no way I could pull for my rival. Four to 2 your score. King is coming in for Abreu. And we're back to the action. That was weird by Apple. They just popped in the middle of a play. It looks like Dansby Swanson hit the ball to the left side of the infield, and it was a high throw, and the bases are now loaded with 2 outs. Great job, Apple. Pena. Yeah, that's going to be an E6. Everybody is safe, but nobody scored. There are 2 outs, and the bases are loaded. You don't dogs all day. I would have thought you'd been a diehard Dogs fan. 1-0 count. You do you. You don't dog all day. Dog half the day. Dog part of the day. The 1-0 pitch swing. Chopper by Horners over to third base. Man, that was close. 5-4 put out. That was a foolish throw to second. They should have just went to first. We'll be back in a flash and talk more about Richard's Florida Gators.
Somebody about to get dragged. We not going to sleep tonight, bitch. So FEMA has decided to just go ahead and confiscate everything that everybody's donating? What?
There is no bigger punk in media than Jeff Passan. Jeff Passan is a little... Jeff Passan wrote an article about Pete Rose, but it wasn't about Pete Rose dying. That said, well, Pete Rose has only himself to blame for his legacy. On the day the man died.
Hey, stupid. Hurricanes don't vote. Watching what's unfolded from this and how you guys have talked to each other through it is absolutely insane to me. Talking to your fellow Americans about how I'm glad it hit where it hit. I'm glad those people are hurting. Or alternatively, I wish it hit somewhere else so somebody else could be hurting. These are your neighbors. You guys are literally out here batting for a team where the coach doesn't even like you, in a stadium that you can't even buy nosebleed seats to go watch. I grew up in a country where Tim, Billy, Bob, Joe, and Xander with the purple hair may not have liked each other, but it wasn't just pure unadulterated hate. Hating somebody on the other side of the aisle is not a political stance, it's a chemical imbalance.
Bench's toughness made him seem almost indestructible, which made what came late in the 1972 season so stunning.
This was in August. We went in for our team physical. They got the x-rays and stuff, and a few days later they came back and said, we need to take another x-ray. And they said, we'd like to take what they call a graph x-ray. And I said, wait a minute, what's going on here? And they said, well, I can't say unless the doctor. I said, well, I'm not going back in unless you tell me. He said, well, we see a little shadow or spot on the lung, and we want to make sure. So they did another graph, and then sure enough, I had a spot on my lung.
More tests on the spot on his right lung followed, but the doctors couldn't make a diagnosis.
So now they don't know what to do, except they've got to go in there because I know it's about the size of a silver dollar, and it's on the inner lobe of the right lung, and they've got to go get it.
I mean, you hear something like that, that's scary. You don't know what it is. I mean, is this a pimple or is this stage 4 cancer? You don't know.
Welcome back. Now, the game's at 1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, Richard. So at 1 o'clock Eastern, are you a Florida fan or are you a Georgia fan at that time? Because they're playing each other, and you said you don't do the dogs all day. So you start at like 3 p.m., you start pulling for them around the 7th inning? Top of the 9th we go, 4-2 your score. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way, swung on and fouled it back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Reds and Cardinals have been postponed is what it looks like. Is that the game you're referring to? The 0-1 pitch, swing, hits it in the hole. Dansby slides, fires it to first, a beauty. No one has ever done that better that I've ever seen in Major League Baseball than Dansby Swanson. I will never say he's the greatest defensive center fielder, but nobody slides opposite his glove hand in the grass, in left field, pops, cranks it to first, and hits the first baseman about letter high. First pitch to Pena. It's upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. It's kind of like the Derek Jeter pirouette where he would grab the ball, that same area of the field. As the 0-1 pitch is lifted to right, making the catch of Suzuki, and there's 2 down. No one ever did that. No one ever did that throw any better, where he would catch the ball and just turn in the air and fire the ball to first. And everybody knows Jeter had the best range. He wasn't the best shortstop ever defensively, et cetera, et cetera. But he made those plays, and you just be like, damn. Just about the time you'd be trying to make an argument that he wasn't as good as everyone said he was, he'd pull that off. Or he'd go diving into the seats making that catch. Was it Sunday Night Baseball that one time? First pitch is right there at the knees. To Paredes, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires outside wide, 1-1. What tournament are you talking about, Sleepy? You're talking about the basketball tournament, I'm assuming? When everybody would take off for March Madness? The 1-1. Up high and out of the zone, 2-1. Worked in a couple of sports bars in the 90s and whatnot. And I was bartending at that point. This is before I became a chef. And I remember we used to get nailed on tournament day, that Thursday, Friday, when everybody had a late lunch. They just wouldn't return. Liquid lunch is the 2-1 down and away. 3-1. People come piling in. That was old school when you would have all your brackets out on your piece of paper. Now it's all in your apps and everyone just stares at the phone. But that was it, the 3-1. Misses high ball 4. And Phil Matone will put a man on with 2 outs. Matone, originally an Astro, 8.59 ERA. I don't know how he stays in the league. Because He has gotten pelted everywhere he goes since he left Houston. As the first pitch swung on, lifted. Down the line, foul. It's 0-1. See what they're paying him this year. A 2-year, $14 million guaranteed contract. He signed that in November. That's why he still got a job. They're not willing to give up on that yet. The 0-1 count. Outside wide. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, high and out of the zone. 2-1. That 2-year, $13 million contract that Aaron Bummer signed. And this is the final year. You know that thing was backloaded? It's a 3-1. This is outside wide. 2-1, miss outside, 3-1. 3-1 count. We still owe $9.5 million to that bozo. I did not realize that thing was backloaded. When we got him, it was a 5-year, $16 million deal. The 3-1 pitch. Outside wide. Ball 4. So runners at first and second now and 2 outs. The Braves restructured that deal with club options. And that's how that ended up turning into the 2-year, $13 million. So they only paid him $3.5 last year. So he was getting $9.5 this year. So minus one month. You break that down. I mean, it's about $8 million that they still own. At least we got that Profar money back. How good would this team be if we would have had a healthy Profar hitting the way he was hitting at the end of last year? A healthy Waldrop, a healthy Schwellenbach, and currently if we had one healthy catcher. Christian Walker at the plate, 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 9th. Matone, first pitch, down and away. It's 1-0. And I'd say this is his trouble no matter what happens here. The Cubs are not going to warm another guy up trailing by 2 in the 9th. So Matone's got to figure it out. The 1-0, check swing. Nobody looks down the line, so they give him a 2-0. Two-0 count. Yeah, there's absolutely no action in the Cubs bullpen. Right down the pipe. Sinker. 2-1. And he's going to continue to steal money, Richard. They got him for a hot minute. That's one of the problems of moving on from him. The 2-1 right there, 2-2. And people keep saying, trade him. You're not going to get anything for him. His contract runs through 2 more years after this one. The 2-2. Outside wide. Full count. The runners are going to be on the move. The payoff pitch, swing, chopper off his instep, and we'll do it one more time. These last 3 years of the contract, Murphy's making $15 each year. So he's got $45 million minus a month's pay due left on his contract. Like, nobody's picking that up. Not for what he brings offensively. So you're just kind of stuck with him. You got a platoon catcher making $45 million. Payoff pitch, swing, pops it up, and will it stay in play? Oh, Ben's behind Michael Busch. He overran it. Must have lost it in the clouds. And we'll do it again. I thought he was running out of room. He just overran it. He was looking over the camera well. He shifted his eyes down to see where he was. By the time he looked back up, realized he overran it. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Cubs trail by 2. Michael Busch to the plate when we return.
Or, hear me out. You go f*** yourself, and I keep doing what I'm doing.
I'm an idiot, and here's why.
Hey. Do not put yourself down like that. It's probably not that bad.
My laundry machine takes quarters. Naturally, I'm like, where does one just get quarters? So
I may have spoke too soon.
I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on Amazon and buy quarters. You can buy, like, rolls of quarters on Amazon. I'm like,
anyway, long story short, she ordered 72 sleeves of quarters for $10, thinking that every sleeve that's worth $10 would have $10 worth of quarters in.
empty.
Yeah, we know.
If it's not a strike, guess what? You're starting to get back into the at-bat. You're getting back into the count. And so, you try to talk to people about that now, and they're like, we don't need to do that. I'm swinging for the fences. I'm like, yeah, it's because you're a f***ing ass. You don't want to hit 300. You don't want to help your teammates out, and you don't care about striking out. That's why you strike out 150 times and hit 230, 240. So all of you guys in the major leagues that hit 230, 240, 15 homers, 45 RBIs, strike out 150 times, you motherfucker. You guys are not hitters.
Still, everything they could learn, including the fact that the spot had only newly formed, left the doctors comfortable putting off the surgery until December. So despite the uncertainty, Bench kept playing, and playing as well as ever.
If you didn't know, you wouldn't have known.
I'm gonna say he took it in stride, but he didn't complain. He just kept playing, and that was the way he was.
Johnny was going about his business. So I don't know exactly what he knew, and none of us knew really anything more than he might have a problem here. But there was nothing to indicate that there was anything out of the ordinary going on at that time.
Michael Busch leads it off. The Chicago Cubs trailing by 2. Lefty-lefty matchup as first pitch on the way from King. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Misses high, ball 2-0. Alex Bregman stands on deck. Ian Happ in the hole. The 3-0. Just grabs the outside zone. 3-1. 3-1 count. Pitch on the way. Right there for a strike, top of the zone. Full count. Cubs still have both of their challenges left. Houston is out of theirs. The payoff pitch, swing, lifts it. Into center field, left center field. Making the sliding grab out there is Alex Cole. He almost, that was a strange one. He slid and caught it, almost trapped it. Barely made the catch. One away. You don't normally see a guy slide like that when he's on it. You almost wonder if he was losing it in the sun. Alex Bregman will take the first pitch for a strike upstairs. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing. Bangs it to the third base dugout. It's 0-2. These Fridays have a very 80s, 90s feel to me, doing Cubs in the morning or the daytime and Braves at night. Superstation doubleheaders. The 0-2 pitch lifts it into center field, and underneath it is Myers, and the Cubs are down to their last out. Astros 4, Cubs 2. Pitch down and in. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 to Happ. Swing. Smacks it back foul. 1-1. Suzuki, representing the tying run, stands on deck. So if they could get Happ on, this game is far from over. Amaya's in the hole. Excuse me, Ballesteros is in the hole. The 1-1. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. 1-2. First base umpire Chad Whitson said, man, I got dinner plans. The 1-2 count. Swing. Rifles it foul. Out of play. The 1-2. Suzuki, representing the tying run, is looming on deck. The pitch, swing, pops it up. And this should end it. F3 in your scorecard as Christian Walker gets the grab, and that'll end the game. Houston Astros win this one 4-2. Another tough loss by the Cubs. 4 in a row here at Wrigley Field. We will be back at about 6:45 to bring you Braves Nationals. 4-2 your winner. And game ball, I'm going to give it to Aaron Getty. He goes to 6-1 on the year. He pitched a pretty good game here to keep the five strikeouts, gave up no earned runs, went 5 innings. No one really blew up offensively, so let's give it to Spaghetti Arrighetti. 4-2, your final. We'll see you tonight.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.